Are you familiar? Are you familiar with Jason Aldean, country star? I'm not, so don't feel bad if you're not. I like a couple country people. I want to say, what's the one? Morgan Wallen. He's got a good one. But there's another one. Who got that new song that's like popping right now?
Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll.
I don't know what song.
Does Jelly Roll do? I know who Jelly Roll is. Does he do country music?
Yeah, he does.
Oh, okay.
Country.
I knew he actually has a documentary out. Now who's this dude? Luke Combs is doing alright for himself. There's a couple country songs that I like, you know what I'm saying? But Jason Aldean, the reason I brought him up was his latest video was pulled off of CMT, which is the country music video channel. It's called Try That in a Small Town. Why they pulled it off the network after 2 days was because they feel like there's a pro-lynching message in the video.
Oh boy.
Now the video is shot in front of the Maury County Courthouse in Columbia, Tennessee. This is the site of a 1946 Columbia race riot and also the 1927 lynching of an 18-year-old black teenager named Henry Choate. Now the song is called Try That in a Small Town, and basically the underlying theme of it, because what he's trying to show in the video, what he does show in the video, are like protest footage and like looters and things like that. So he's basically saying, try to pull that shit here and see what happens. Like, y'all can try that shit in New York, try that shit in California, but coming to a small town, that shit ain't gonna fly. It's been called a dog whistle. It's been called pro-lynching.
Yeah, that sounds a little racist. That's a little...
Oh, well, I'm glad you used that term, and I'll tell you some of the lyrics, but I'm glad you used the term racist. So the lyrics go, cuss out a cop, spit in his face, stomp on the flag and light it up. Yeah, you think that's tough. Got a gun my granddad gave me. They say one day they're gonna round up. Well, that shit fly in the city, good luck. Try that in a small town. And then he tweeted, there's not a single lyric in the song that references race or points to it, and there isn't a single video clip that isn't real news footage. And while I can try and respect others to have their own interpretation of a song with music, this one goes too far. I guess, I don't know. It seems like one of those things where it's like if the shoe fits, we're kind of like, it puts it on. But I don't know if we could automatically say it was racist. Now, when I learned that building behind him is the building that it is, I was like, I kind of changed my tune. Like, all right, maybe he was trying to say a message. But then also, like, now I don't watch TV shows like this anymore. But remember back in the day, MTV had a video show where they showed the making the video. It was called, right? It was like behind the scenes of a video. It doesn't seem to me like artists really come up with the concept for their videos.
No, typically they don't. The producer does.
Yeah, so it feels like it could be possible that he doesn't even know the history of that building that he's performing in front of.
True. But that's not, ignorance is not a pass. You don't get a pass for, I mean, at the end of the day, you have to stand on what you put out there. And so
that's true, because it's your name
at
on
the
it.
end of the day, you know, it's up to you to understand the historical context of the shit where you're filming, you know, what that may mean.
Well, one of the things that the production company came back and responded with was like, we picked a popular filming location outside of Nashville, and this has been used on numerous productions. I guess Mario Lopez has a holiday movie that was filmed in that same location.
Sounds
and it's like,
happy.
Huh?
That sounds happy.
It does sound happy, but I guess their point is, would you point to Mario Lopez as being the same thing that you're trying to call Jason Aldean? I'm like, well, that sounds stupid because you're singing a song that has a message, and it's just like, now you're trying to take two different things and correlate them. Like, I don't know, like, it's real easy to paint a narrative with like, so like, especially with country music. They get that, it's like, yo, we kind of already think you're kind of racist. So like something that I think the Washington Post, I don't quote me on that, but I seen an article, and Fox News kind of shines some light on it, because at the gym they play Fox News a lot, and I noticed Fox News, they thing is really, let's take what other media shows and let's shit on it, kind of. Like, this is what they're showing over there on NBC. You know what I mean? Anything that's liberal, and let's shit on it. So basically they took an article that the Washington, I want to say the Washington Post, like I said, I could be wrong about that, but basically we're talking about that song, that Luke Combs is the artist I just brought up, and the reason I thought about him because he has a song called Fast Car. That's a remake of a Tracy Chapman song, right? Tracy Chapman, I guess she's a lesbian, she's an African American, and this was a popular song, I want to say 80s, 90s. It was when we were kids. Okay. Yeah, I remember the Waynes, not the Waynes, and there's an In Living Color sketch that like makes fun of the song. It uses the theme Fast Car. Those are popular song, but the article was trying to say this is the #1 country song out right now, and they're like, how come? They kind of try to like be like it's the #1 song, but if the original artist would have sang it, if the original song would have been that would have never reached #1 on the country charts. And I kind of agree with Fox News and saying that's a stupid correlation to make. That's like saying Sting would have never reached the top of the hip hop charts, but Puff Daddy did it without Me Missing You. Like, it's two different genres of music. Like, yeah, they're gonna like when their person sings it.
Right.
Same reason we liked the version of the Sting song. You know what I'm saying?
So the Chapman chick, she wasn't country.
Nah, she was kind of like alternative rock, kind of
Okay.
kind of thing. Because she played like acoustic guitar, but
Gotcha.
but it was one of those songs that could easily be turned into a country song just because of the style that it is. But I feel like you're just trying to like you're just taking certain like argument points or trigger words. Like, well, let's take country music because they already have this like hillbilly racist kind of stereotype, and let's like point a light at it. Where it's like that don't even make sense. Like she wasn't going for that crowd. You know what I'm saying? Now, are they innocent and everything? Are some of the shit they do racist? Probably. But there's a better way to prove that point. You know what I'm saying? Now, what he did is he just put himself in the spotlight, Jason Aldean, because it's like, yeah, you're already an anti-vaxxer. You already fit the stereotype, and making something like this, we're just gonna put you in that box,
right?
Because it's just the easiest thing to do. So we'll see where it goes. But him getting his video pulled off of CMT has actually caused people to rally behind him. I seen actually that guy who's Vivek, who's Bus. I seen, I was on Twitter. He was showing support for it. Like, let's help this song reach #1 because obviously now it's a dog whistle thing. So he's talking to a certain group of people, and it's just like I can see it blowing up because they all want to support it now because they feel like their guy is being held down. But we'll see where that goes.